Okay, hello there. We got breaking news this afternoon in Midtown. Obviously, Channel 1 is ignoring it because, again, Midtown just basically means nothing to them. But we do have to get right into it. So, here's the breaking news that we just got a little while ago. A vehicle collision sent a UPS truck into scaffolding. Two people have been injured in this accident along 8th Avenue. So, here's what we know. This accident happened just before 12:30 p.m. this afternoon at the intersection of West 38th Street and 8th Avenue. And this is an area that I know very well because 7-Eleven's right near there. Arby's is right by there. So, yeah, I know exactly where this is. And not to mention, this happened right by the Test and Trace Corpse fan. Right in front of the Arby's, mind you. Not too far from there. So, this is what we know. A van lost control and it hit a UPS truck that went into scaffolding and garbage containers. A source close to the investigation reported that the UPS driver was in the back of his vehicle at the time of the incident, which sent the driver tumbling inside with his cargo. A pedestrian also suffered a leg injury as a result of the incident. Both individuals were rushed to a hospital and are expected to recover. The van did remain on the scene, so pretty scary accident. I mean, two people, got hurt. And hopefully they're going to be okay, but, man, what's going on with Manhattan lately? I mean, all these accidents that have been happening since June. I mean, imagine if I was there. I mean, that would have been a very scary thing. But it did look like it happened on 38th Street, so that's definitely not 8th Avenue. I can definitely show you that right now. Yep, so again, this is where it happened, so I'll show you right on the map. So this is Arby's. Run around. Ooh, let's start all over again. Let's erase it. This is Arby's, right here, on 8th Avenue. So yeah, not too far from Port Authority Bus Terminal, of course. So let's show you where this exactly happened. So this happened right on 38th Street, because I'm thinking, wait a minute, 38th Street goes east. So I knew exactly where this was. Oh, yeah, this is definitely where it happened. Right around here. So I know exactly where this is. So this didn't happen on 8th Avenue, thank goodness, but something tells me the van probably lost control. If I were to make an assumption, the van probably lost control somewhere around here. That's where I think the van probably lost control. And obviously, again, this is not anywhere near 8th Avenue. This is actually on West 38th Street. And the reason why I knew this was not 8th Avenue and what Channel 7 was showing a little while ago when I was watching the 4 p.m. newscast was 8th Avenue has a bike lane, okay? So, obviously, they recently put a bike lane on 8th Avenue. But here's the thing. The bike lane on 8th Avenue, and especially because I've been on 50th Street numerous times, this is the other bike lane right here. So, in theory, it actually happened right around the corner. Yeah, I'll show you. It was right around this vicinity. Somewhere around here where the accident did happen. I do believe I remember seeing that scaffolding last year when I've had to walk to Penn Station. So, yeah, I do believe I know where this is. Okay. So, I do want to mention that Channel 1 actually had this on their homepage. So, we're going to get to the transit news first, since it is my obligation as Passengers United requires it, of course. Okay, so a lot of incidents have been going on lately in terms of transit. So let's get into this. An MTA bus driver was injured while on the job last night after an unidentified person threw an unknown object at a bus. So here's what we know. This incident occurred last night around 5:45 p.m. near West 213th Street and 10th Avenue in Inwood. Police said a driver driving a black sedan stopped their vehicle in front of a BX20 bus, got out and threw an object at the driver's side window. The object shattered the glass and shades of the broken glass injured the bus driver's eye. Authorities said the motorist then re-entered the vehicle and fled northbound on Sherman Avenue. This is what we know. The bus driver, a 63-year-old man, was taken to New York Presbyterian Allen Hospital in stable condition. In a statement to New York One, New York City Transit President Richard Davey decried the incident. Lunatic perpetrators who attack a bus in service deserve the consequences they face when the NYPD finds them and delivers them to justice, said Richard Davey. We are hoping for the bus operator's rapid recovery and are incredibly fortunate that no riders were injured. No arrests have been made. The police are investigating the circumstances around the incident. So, I will mention that, of course, Pat Kiernan refused to talk about this on New York One this morning. So, yeah, I'm snooping on you, Pat. Don't think that I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm watching you at 8 o'clock every day now when I have to go to work. So, be careful, Pat, because you know I'm going to call you out. You know I'm going to call you out, Pat Kiernan. Okay, so let's get to the other transit news. Just want to confirm. Okay, yeah, this is what we need to get to, because I want to get to the hit and run that happened in Elmhurst, which, by the way, Channel 1 didn't cover. Yeah, this is the story that I'm talking about. This is the Elmhurst-Jackson Heights area. Okay, so where's the story that I want to read? Okay, here we go. So, this is a disturbing incident. Police from the 114th in Astoria and Transit District 20 are on the lookout for a degenerate who exposed himself to another man on board an N train last week. The 29-year-old man was riding in the N train as it approached the 31st Street Broadway station around 3:30 a.m. last Thursday, August 11th, when the suspect approached him and began touching his genital area over his clothing inappropriately. To make matters worse, the pervert exposed his genitalia to the victim before getting off at the Broadway station and fleeing in an unknown direction, adding that there were no injuries during the public lewdness incident. So, yeah, obviously this is what we have to deal with now. You know, I don't know what else is there to say. According to Crime Stoppers, suspect description is medium complexion. Probably looks Latino. Slight goatee. He was last seen wearing a beige baseball cap with New York on the front, a light-colored polo shirt, dark cargo pants, and dark boots. He had a black backpack over one shoulder, so. Okay, let's get to this news. We had a hit and run in Jackson Heights, and of course, Channel 1 didn't cover this. This is what we know. This happened yesterday morning, August 16th. So this happened at Roosevelt Avenue and 77th Street. Oh, so this happened right by 74th Street subway station. So here we go. Police from the 110th responded to a 911 call at 2 a.m. yesterday morning. Upon their arrival, officers found a 45-year-old victim unconscious and unresponsive, lying in the roadway with severe body trauma. EMS responded to the scene and rushed the victim to NYC Health Elmhurst Hospital, where he is listed in critical condition. The NYPD Highway District Collision Investigation Squad deemed that the victim was struck by a dark-colored Honda sedan traveling eastbound on Roosevelt Avenue. According to police, the driver of the vehicle drove off. There are no arrests and, of course, ongoing investigations. So, yeah, I know there was something else that happened in Ridgewood. I'm going to get to that next, because it just came up here. Okay, because I know Channel 1 didn't cover this either. Yes, okay, this is it. All right, so we have a statement from Queens County District Attorney Melinda Katz. Okay, here we go. Yes, okay, now I remember this. Yes, okay. This happened last week. This is the update regarding the story that we did talk about last week. Here we go. So, according to Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz, 28-year-old Tyshawn Baldwin is facing up to 25 to life in prison due to the incident that happened in Ridgewood involving a toddler and her mother in Ridgewood last Wednesday, August 10th. Mr. Baldwin was arraigned today before Queens Criminal Court Judge Scott Dunn in a 17-count complaint charging him with assault, reckless endangerment, unlawful fleeing of police officers, and other crimes. According to the complaint, Mr. Baldwin of Classen Avenue in the Clinton Hill section of Brooklyn was behind the wheel of a tricked-out 2021 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat SUV with a loud exhaust and dark rear tinted windows at the intersection on Wyckoff Avenue and Decatur Street at around 5 p.m. last Wednesday. Police from the 104th Precinct in Ridgewood observed Mr. Baldwin as he drove to the busy commercial intersection and parked the vehicle. At this point, the police officer activated their police lights and ordered the defendant to get back in the car. Mr. Baldwin complied and handed over his driver's license and registration to the officers from the 104th Precinct. According to the complaint, after running a computer check, the patrol officers from the 104th Precinct determined that Mr. Baldwin's license was suspended back on August 3rd of last year and subsequently ordered him to step out of the vehicle. The defendant allegedly started the vehicle, revved the engine, refused numerous commands to stop over the police loudspeakers, and hit the gas driving a Dodge Durango at a high rate of speed, not compliant with New York City's 25-mile-per-hour speed limit, striking 3 pedestrians, a 28-year-old mother who was pushing her 2-year-old daughter in a stroller, and a 35-year-old man who was making a delivery to a nearby address. Okay, so this is what we do know in terms of EMS involved. And we do know that the mother was treated for a knee injury and her daughter was treated for a wrist injury. The third victim, who was not identified, suffered a leg injury and were all taken to Wyckoff Hospital. And we do know last week when this story first came out that the police let the defendant go away, but then there was an arrest. I should have mentioned it. I do apologize. But when I saw that the Queens DA was mentioned in this article, I was like, I better read this because, Channel 1's going to completely blow this off. So that's how we get treated in Queens. In a statement, Queens County District Attorney Melinda Katz today said, as prosecuting this case, the complete disregard for public safety is shameful. As alleged, the defendant was operating a vehicle with a suspended license when he struck and injured 3 pedestrians, including a young child, all while callously fleeing a traffic stop. Driving is a privilege, and every single person who gets behind the wheel of a car bears an individual responsibility to drive safely. Mr. Baldwin now faces very serious charges. Okay, so this is what we know. Judge Dunn ordered Mr. Baldwin to return to court in Kew Gardens this Friday, August 19th. If convicted, Mr. Baldwin would face up to 25 years to life in prison at Rikers Island. So, again, Channel 1 blows this off as usual. I'm not surprised. I'm not. Okay, so before we read this article, I just want to see if anything else was mentioned here in the Courier. Because we do know tomorrow we're supposed to get our weekly edition. So let's see. Oh, look at this. We actually have another burglary story we're gonna read. Just want to make sure. Okay, so I guess we'll read 2 more since, I don't really want to read anything else. So we're going to read these 2 stories regarding burglary incidents in Queens, of course. First incident took place in Flushing. So where in Flushing did this happen? The victim pulled into a parking spot outside of 42-26 147th Street. Oh, so this is not too far from Whitestone College Point area. So this is what happened. A driver left behind his wallet And, of course, left the vehicle unlocked. Ay, ay, ay. This is what the 107 always talks about. You have to lock your cars. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Of course, the wallet was stolen. So, this is what we know. The 109 precinct did file a report. We do know that according to the credit card statement, there were 2 unauthorized transactions totaling $1,335. So, we do have images from Crime Stoppers. This is who the police are looking for. One of the suspects was bald and wore a black Nike t-shirt, blue jeans, and dark sneakers. The second man wore a dark baseball cap backwards, a blue long sleeve shirt, blue jeans, dark sneakers, and a blue face mask. So, lastly, let's get into this robbery story that happened in Middle Village. So here's what we know. So this was near All Faith Cemetery. Oh boy, you can't make this stuff up. So, 5 men slipped through a window at Essential Auto Care at 69-90 73rd Place at around 5 a.m. on Sunday, July 31st, when it was closed for business according to the 104 precinct. So they do have a surveillance video. We will play it in a second. Once inside, the thieves forcibly entered an office inside the garage and removed multiple sets of keys being stored at the shop. The suspects then fanned out across the lot and selected the vehicles matching the set of keys. The 104th precinct said the brazen car thieves drove off with 5 vehicles in various directions. 3 of the vehicles were recovered at later dates at various locations, while each was unoccupied. One of the vehicles was found with one of the suspects behind the wheel, and an arrest was made by the 104 Precinct Detective Squad. The fifth vehicle, which police say is a gray 2018 BMW 5 Series, is still unaccounted for. No injuries were reported as a result of the multi-vehicle heist. So, this is what we know. We do have surveillance video from the Crime Stoppers, so we'll briefly watch this. Crime Stoppers is currently offering a $3,500 reward if any information is linked to the BMW that was stolen. Okay, so looks like 2 of these guys, I believe this is a van. I don't know if this was an SUV. I can't tell. But the other vehicle in this video does look like a Mercedes-Benz. And of course, I do see the BMW, so my goodness. So let me do a play-by-play here. So this is what the police are looking for right now. They're looking for this blue BMW 5 Series, as you see circled here. So if you know anything about the BMW, anything, because there's a monetary reward being offered, call the Crime Stoppers, let them know what's going on. The phone number is right here. Let me highlight that. Again, the police need your help to find the stolen BMW. And who knows? Maybe if you get the BMW found, you can actually purchase it legally. Wishful thinking, right? I don't even know what model year it is. I'm just being a little sarcastic here. I need you because this is the crime that we have to deal with. You know, this is what we have to deal with, folks. It's just so disturbing. And of course, Channel 1 loves to talk about coronavirus. No surprise, because the governor extended the state of emergency. So, you know what? We're still dealing with a battle. And at this point, and, you know, I told a lot of people this, it looks like the battle could be lost on my birthday. And am I going to have to face the fact that I'm going to be 27 and I may be leaving New York? There's a good chance at this point, like I talked about earlier this week, that should Kathy Hochul win, I'm done. I'm out of here. So where's the in the papers? Because I want to show what Pat Kiernan was talking about this morning. We're going to mute it as we go along here. So let's see if we can find in the papers. You got to believe me, folks. When I was on Channel 1's website this morning, they actually had the bus story on. Look at this. Pat Kiernan's in La La Land. But obviously, he's not going to be our thumbnail today. So, Pat Kiernan, I'm talking to you again. You can flash your Wall Street Journal. All right, you can flash it all you want. Okay? But at the end of the day, the citizens of Queens County are fed up with your antics already. All right? We're all fed up with it. We're sick of you ignoring us. Acknowledge us, Pat. We have serious problems going on in Queens that needs to be acknowledged. Alright, we're sick of it already. So, I'm done for now. 20 minutes is long enough for this video. And you know what? And as I've said, folks, there's going to have to be a point where in 2.5 months, I may have to stop making these videos after my birthday. Because if Kathy Hochul somehow, some way, pulls a political coup, and not just her, the Democrats in the state, they pull a political coup off, then that's how they're going to get me to shut up. So Kathy Hochul, you may get your wish on my birthday, and you may force me to Delaware at this point. So that's it.